Hello everyone, Sensen.2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on custom machinery. A mod that simply adds in the ability for you to create your own custom machines or certain interactive blocks. I'm only just going to show on the stuff that you get when initially installing the mod. So any of the data pack and other sort of benefits I'm not going to show. But for what you do get access to in-game, besides obviously the other stuff you can do with JSON files and data packs, is more so what I'm going to be showing. So there's only just the one item here, there's no recipe or anything for it. When you right-click it, you will see there is 4 tabs. There's also a thing on the side where you need to create a new one, save all that information, or delete it. So yeah. You can obviously name the machine whatever you want. You can put it under the namespace, which I assume is for what the mod's called. So when it comes to the technical name, where you've specifically got say Minecraft Furnace, it'll be custom machinery, whatever you've named it. The ID, actually that might also be it. Yeah, so you could actually change that. You could technically change that to test machine if I wanted to fit in with the ID, which would actually be the thing. Actually, no, namespace would be maybe for creative tabs or something things. I forget. And then there's the data pack, which is, I assume, that if you're using data packs, or what the name of it would be called. Something like that. I guess. I don't know. Other than that, you've got the second tab, which has you able to decide on the model, so whatever it's I assume supposed to be like. So if you had, for example, just the vanilla one as something you wanted to go with, or just maybe a custom one, then you could do that. Obviously there's no import button or certain other things there. Whatever block you want it to look like. I'm just using a bunch of custom ones. The default is some other type of block, and then you've got air here, and you've got the air hash there, so that's in a different form or something. Well, that's once it's broken, I think. Rather than it just being what it's... Actually, no. Yeah, that could be what it's an item form, and that's when it's either placed down, or it's when it's an item entity form, I think. Something like that. Or you can just go default. Other than that, you've got the third tab, which is machine components, which allows you to put the ID of it. So that would probably be more so the item ID, I think. You've got the capacity, so how much of a stack, and then mode. I'm not too sure what that means. It doesn't have a description there, at least when hovering over it, so I'm not sure. You can select between item, fluid, and energy. I just enabled all 3 just to show what you have access to. You've got capacity for how much energy, and then the input and output of it. So if you wanted, I guess, a machine block, a power storage block, or maybe some other type of machine that runs off power, then there's that, or stores power, something. Then you got fluid, which has obviously the ID, the capacity, input and output, and then mode, which maybe the mode's more so for input-output sort of thing. If it's only allowed to accept inputs, or only allowed to accept outputs, or maybe both, or something else. And you got GUI, which would be displayed here, which I assume you have to do obviously all the data pack and JSON file sort of stuff. Then you can save, we can delete, we can create a new one. There's apparently multiple you can select here. So, yeah, I'll just go through the defaults so you can tell. Block missing, that's what it is. So the missing block texture, or model. You can obviously delete if you don't want certain ones of these, for it to not have those features, and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much what the machine creator does in-game. But other than that, most of the mod requires you just do a bunch of outside of the game things, like use data packs to obviously, I assume, create recipes, or do a bunch of other bits and pieces. So yeah, that takes quite a bit, and I'm not skilled enough to know. But there is apparently a test data pack and resource pack, so if you want to have, I guess, the template, or some... I don't think it'll have custom textures and things already for you, but mostly just a bunch of other things. Oh no, maybe I'll actually check the insides of these just to find out what they're like then. So what's this add custom test data pack? What do we got? Light level, when it's running, player inventory, I'm assuming visible with the GUI or something, textures of the GUI, status, progress bar, in the position of it on the GUI, the slot positions, certain text, I assume, of what it's called, which is, it's called a magic spawner in this case, and this is all the extra technical stuff. So, I'm not going to look at those, we'll just look at the inside of these, which we've got, what in here? So, custom machinery, we've got machines, so, stone generator, power crusher, and so on. Look at the recipes of those and what they're able to do, so maybe we'll just actually add these in. So just put this data pack into this instance, and we'll just reload the game and see what happens. I don't know what's going to exactly happen, but either way, just go out because I want to make sure I'm selecting the right one. Yes, number 5. So here and here. Test machine data pack, is that actually... that's because it's created that when I did it with the, whatchamacallit, machine creator there, so that would probably be why. So we'll just do this, and this, and we'll load this up, and I'm pretty sure those should work, and I don't have to unzip them because they don't have like a deeper folder. So we'll have to take a look and see if that's the case. I don't know if it means it'll actually view them with GEI, but if it doesn't, then we'll just find some way to cheat them in or something. No, they are visible in GEI. Okay. So, let's see. Put down the magic spawner, which just has a slot. It has a thing on the top showing it's idle. And we can see the GEI integration, which is interesting. The slot's a bit small, but that's fine. You can see that it runs for 100 ticks. We apparently need some flesh. Just put that in. You can see that it's currently running. And it'll spawn a zombie for us. Cool, so I'm going to turn them off. So if you want a custom spawner that depends on items, then you can. It apparently also counts the last thing that was in there before it progresses, so that's interesting. We've got the power crusher, so these do not have recipes whatsoever, they're just for testing purposes only. In creative, so we've got a power crusher here, we've got an energy bar on the side, slot there, outputs, obviously idle or not. That is stone producing gravel, gravel, and gravel, different chances as well. Requires 2 energy per tick, and it goes for 100 ticks. So we're going to want stone in here, which I don't have the generator currently, so we'll just put that in there. And that just uses lava, water, and energy to get stone. We'll get some water. And we'll get some lava. I thought by generator it would actually be a power generator, but it seems not, so you just need some other mods that add them, which is fine, because I've already got a few installed. So just get some coal. Actually just get the generator again. Can I break this and pick it up? I don't think so. Okay, maybe I can, because I assume it does give the collision detection things. No, it does not. Oh no, we've got it back. Cool. So just place this in the middle, this here. That is picking up on it, and that'll give us 3 gravel. Does that mean that it's... hang on. Let's try again. So 5. Yeah, okay, so they're not going to go into the extra slots if they're just an extra output, especially if it's the same block type. But we apparently got lucky immediately with 3 gravel starting with, so that's interesting. So 50 and then 10, wow. So yeah, but obviously it'll go to the next slot once it's done. And then with this one we just have to right click, and that'll form stone for us, and that'll use 10 fluid each between both of them. So that's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it, just for showing in that some of the demo stuff you can do. Obviously you can create them however you want, but this is the sort of stuff you can look at to get an idea of what sort of things you can do from a demonstration purpose. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.